session. Okay, so my name is Rafi. Full name Rafiuddin Alvi. Okay. So I have done PMP like this year. So I am pretty much comfortable with traditional as well as agile and as well as hybrid concepts. So let me share my screen so that can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, good. So I'm here.
You took training here only or some other place?
From here only. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I am sure.
Okay, so we'll discuss other things like once we finish this session, because I want to concentrate on the session, which is very important for the exam as well. So my screen is visible to you, right?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so let us start with this session. So okay, so we have project life cycles. Okay, so have you aware of this project life cycle? Just to ask you one question.
Yes, and a new one or an old one you're asking?
Okay, let me explain you what is project life cycle. I'm not sure like you are aware of this thing or not. So project life cycle is nothing but like the phases of projects. Okay, so life cycles means like what are the phases present for a project. Like there can be three different kind of life cycles, to tell you in brief. Like one is predictive or waterfall, and second one is adaptive or change driven, and third one is hybrid. Okay, so let us go one by one. So predictive or plan driven water cycle life cycle model is the one which is used like from the beginning. Okay, so if you know like the exam pattern before 2021, okay, so was heavily relying on this model. Okay, plan driven. So where we used to have that 49 process. Okay,
Correct.
so this 49 process and like 10 knowledge areas. Okay, so the exam portion was 100% dominant on these two aspects, the 49
Correct.
process and the 10 knowledge areas. Okay, so that is nothing but predictive or plan driven, in which like everything is planned, like scope, time, and cost. All these three factors, it is like one triangle. Okay, so this has dependency, like scope. If you change scope, time also will change, and if you change time, and then the cost also will increase. Okay, so this is nothing but the plan driven or waterfall model. Okay, but from the beginning of 2021, okay, so PMI came up with new things called as agile. Okay, so they added one more thing in the exam called as agile. And with this model, like agile is nothing but like they are following a life cycle called as adaptive or change driven. Okay, so in adaptive case, like you have an inverted triangle, means like time and cost is fixed and the scope can be changed. Okay, so that is nothing but adaptive model in agile. Okay, so why this model is there into picture, those all aspects we'll see in the coming portions. Okay, so as of now you just remember like in the agile model we are following adaptive approach, where time and cost is fixed and scope can be changed. So it is called as inverted triangle. So if you inverted triangle means time and cost is fixed. Okay, and
Yes.
then the
Okay.
scope is
Scope
not
is changed.
fixed. Scope can be changed anytime. Okay, so in agile methodology we are using this adaptive or change driven approach. Okay,
Yeah, in the old method it is called triple triangle, right?
correct.
It is in
So it
a
was a
triangle.
normal
Yeah. It
triangle,
is
right? In
yeah,
the
yeah.
plan driven approach. Now in the adaptive or chain driven, it is the inverted triangle. Okay,
Reverse wise. Okay.
reverse, correct. The third one is hybrid. So hybrid is nothing but it is a combination of predictive waterfall and the agile approach. Okay. So hybrid is a combination of both. Means what we will do is like sometimes we'll use predictive model
Waterfall
and
method.
sometimes we'll use the agile model. Correct.
Yes.
So so with this small foundation, we'll go ahead further. Okay. So in adaptive also there are various life cycles. Like in adaptive we have like iterative, then you have incremental. Okay. And the third one is agile. So in adaptive you have incremental, iterative and agile. Okay. So let me tell you this also so that you will be clear 100%. So like in iterative is nothing but repeating. If something is repeating, that is called as iterative. You're getting my point?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
If you're doing same thing again and again, okay, that is
Yes,
iterative.
yes.
Okay. So in the iterative life cycle, so the change, like whenever you are doing some kind of work, so it is repeated. Let's say example, you are developing one website. So in that, actually, if you are doing some same work repeatedly, that is called as iterative. Okay. And second one is incremental. Okay, incremental means like in phases. Okay, so if you are doing one portion of work at a time and then you are doing the other portion of work in other time. Okay, so like we say salary increment, right? So you will get salary small amount. Okay, so that is nothing but increment. In addition to your normal salary, you will get additional salary, something like that. Means like not additional salary, I would say it is like increment, like in phases. Okay, in parts. Okay, so if you are doing some kind of work in phases, that is called as this one incremental. Okay, so third one is agile. So agile is nothing but it is using both incremental as well as iterative. Okay, so if for some portion if I use incremental, and if for some portion if I use iterative, then it is called as agile. So in adaptive we have three. One is iterative, one is incremental, and one is agile. Okay, so it is clear, these three things.
Yes, yes, yes.
And hybrid is nothing but combination of predictive and agile. Okay, so this foundation is very example. Based on this foundation, you will get at least 2 to 3 questions right in exam. Okay, so you have 180 question in exam. Okay, so at least there will be 2 to 3 questions related to this topic. Okay,
it is 4 hours exam only, right?
Yes. So exam pattern I will discuss you at the end. So because I want to just finish this class with some order. So in exam pattern I will take it offline for you better. So I will explain you about exam pattern also. Okay, so the same thing which I said to you, iterative and incremental model. Iterative, you have iteration 0, iteration 1, and it is repeated. Okay, until the iteration n, something like that. So you do projects setup plan, and then you develop and test, and then you take feedback from the end user. Then you again do development, and then you do testing, and then you again develop and release the product. So this kind of model is used in website development, because like whenever you're developing any website, we develop only one part of website. Let's say example, if I'm developing login page. Okay, so I will develop one login page, and they'll ask for feedback from the user, like whether it is good or not. Then they will suggest something to me. Okay, then based on those feedback, I again perform some actions like developments and testing, those kind of stuff. And then again I will repeat until the user is satisfied. Okay.
Okay.
So agile software development. Okay, so this actually agile came in 2001 only. So like a group of software developers, they combined and they came up with this idea, like we had to come up with some kind of project model where we can get some feedback as early as possible, because like they were feeling like in predictive, like we go first we will do planning, then preparation, then you will do execution, then you will do like validation, then closing, and after closing only you will be going to end user, right? So this kind of approach
Yes.
was like not working for some kind of projects. So they came up with this idea, like instead of going for this kind of approach, what we will do is like we will develop project in some kind of change methodology, like we will give will involve user more. Okay, we'll collect their
Mm.
feedback. So whatever we develop will involve our business user. Okay, and then we will take feedback from them, then it will be easy for me to develop my product, and as well as like the user will be satisfied. The main motive of agile is you will should get value, okay, whatever you develop. Okay, so user feedback is also important, otherwise like at the end of let's say example project, like the user said, no, I asked for something and you have given me something. Okay, so that will be wrong, right? So because of
Yes,
that
yes.
reason they have developed this methodology called as agile software development. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is very important from exam perspective also. So in agile manifesto there are four like you should say like four I should say like values. Okay, consider this one as agile values. Okay, so what are these values? Okay, so we have four values. So first is individuals and interactions over process and tool. Okay, so individual and interactions over process and tool means instead of following more of process, like we'll be relying on interaction, means face to face communication. So we'll meet the person and we will get their feedback instead of heavily depending on some kind of tools. Okay, so let's say example,
Okay.
if I want to get some information, instead of getting from some tools or by following some process, I will be meeting that person face to face. So that is the
Okay.
main motive of this particular value, like individual interaction over process and tools. Second is working software over comprehensive documentation. Okay, so we'll be depending on working software, means like whatever you develop, okay, it should add value, means it should be 100% working as per the customer requirement. So we will have a documentation in agile, but it is bare minimal. So this keyword is important, bare minimal, means we'll not have documentation. That is not the case in agile, but we'll have minimal documentation. Okay, but we'll give more priority to working software. The software should be 100% functional. Third is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Okay, so we'll collaborate with customer, means we'll interact, we'll get their feedbacks, and we'll value more on their interactions and getting the feedback instead of contract negotiation. Okay, so this is the third value. Okay, next is like responding to change over following a plan. Okay, so in agile, like whenever the user requests for any change, we'll definitely consider that change. Okay, because that is the main motive of agile, like we welcome the change. So whatever the changes recommended by business users, okay, so we will consider those changes by following some kind of plans. Okay, so these are the four major values of agile manifesto. Okay, so these four values, so you should understand, and you should actually keep it in mind for answering exam questions. Okay, so based on these four values also, so I noticed like there will be around 3 to 4 questions in the exam. Okay, so they will not directly ask you these values. Instead they will give one scenario question where they will be using these values. You got my point?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so another important topic, principle behind the agile manifesto. There are 12 principles in agile manifesto. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous feedback. Okay, that is the main important principle of agile. So we'll consider the value of customer. through early delivery of software. Means like we'll try to develop the software as early as possible, and we'll try to get feedback also very early. Okay. And we welcome change. So even late in the development phase, we'll welcome change in agile. Okay. Third is like deliver working software as frequency as possible, from a couple of week to a couple of months. Okay. So the more preference will be given for shorter time scale. Fourth is business people and developer, they should collaborate and work together daily, so that they should get maximum benefit of the project. Okay. And instead of like in this one predictive, like we go at the end to customer, instead of that one we'll work together from the beginning. Okay. So that we value for what the customer is asked to us, and then we can develop the things accordingly. Okay. Build project around motivated individual. So we have to build some project based on the motivated individuals. Like we should motivate people, we should interact, we should develop a trust among themselves, and those kind of things we have to focus more. The most effective and efficient method, what we say, is like conveying the information face to face, as I said you in the beginning also. So in agile we value face to face interaction over process and tools. Okay. Seventh is working software is the primary measure of progress. So whatever you do, it should be working. Means later on when you start studying agile, so you will be coming up with something called as definition of done. Okay. So whatever software you develop, it should be 100% working fine. Okay. And agile process promote sustainable development. Means like it should be continuous development, sponsor developers, everyone should interact with themselves with constant space, and they should communicate effectively. Then continuous attention to technical excellence. Means it is not like we compromise design in case of agile. Like we focus more on technical excellence, so that design is also optimal. And it should be simple. Whatever you're developing, it should be simple, it should be easy for the end user. Okay. That is the 10th principle. Like the simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. Means like it should be simple. Whatever software developing, it should be easy to use for customer. The best architecture requirement and design emerge from self-organizing team. So very important concept in agile called a self-organizing team. Okay. So like in agile, like the team leader, actually he will be there, but like a team leader, or you can say it is called here servant leader. Okay. But he will be there to just guide the developers or the team, but the team will organize themselves. Like they will plan their work, and they will decide who will do what work and those kind of things. So agile team is self-organizing. Okay. Again, important concept for exam, you will be getting around 1 to 2 questions based on this topic. So at regular interval, the team reflects on how to become more effective, and then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. So the teams interact with each other, and they will uh, value each other's suggestion. If somebody is getting stuck with some work, they will intermingle with that person, and they make sure the work is going smoothly as possible. Okay. So agile framework. So agile framework is like agile is one umbrella. Okay, umbrella term. Okay, so it is a methodology where we have multiple frameworks. Like you have Scrum, you have XP, Lean, Kanban. Okay, so Crystal, DSDM, RUP, FDD, like that. So there are various methodology, but important one for exams are like I have felt like Scrum, Lean, and Kanban. So rest all things not that much important as per my knowledge and experience. So Scrum is most important, Kanban and Lean. Scrum, important methodology for your exam. So we have iterative and incremental agile framework for development and management of software. So what is this Scrum basically? Is one framework. Okay. So in Scrum, you have some kind of ceremonies. Okay. So we'll see one by one what all these ceremonies, and there will be 3 roles in Scrum. Okay. So we'll see those as well. Okay. So let me start with ceremonies. So to tell you in brief, okay. So in Scrum, we have something called as sprint planning. Okay. So in the sprint planning, like what we'll do, we'll plan for each sprint, what we are going to do in this sprint, what is the product you are going to develop, those kind of planning we are going to do in sprint planning. Okay. Next is you have a daily stand-up meeting. So daily stand-up meeting is again a 15 minutes meeting. Okay, so 15 minutes meeting which will be done by team. Okay, so what they will do in this daily stand-up meeting is they will see what all the things they have which is stopping their work based on what they done yesterday. Okay, and what they are going to do it today. Okay, okay, what kind of work they are going to do it today, and as well as there are any obstacle, those kind of things we are going to discuss in daily stand-up meetings. Okay,
Mm.
and then you have sprint review. Sprint review meeting is nothing but we'll give demo to the customer, like what is the software you have developed. Okay, we'll get their feedback as early as possible. So in this phase we'll involve the customer. So customer will come up with some suggestion like this is the thing, they want some improvement, those kind of thing, but this is just one demo. Okay, another important agile ceremony is sprint retrospective, which is not mentioned in this diagram, but it will come to you actually. Sprint retrospective, what they will do is like the team will do improvements, what all the work they have done, if there are any improvements need to be done based on that work. Okay, so those improvements and like if in case of any suggestion and those kind of things they will do in sprint retrospective. Okay, so important thing for your exam is there are four ceremonies. You have sprint planning, you have daily stand-up meeting, you have sprint review, and you have sprint retrospective. These four agile ceremonies you should be very comfortable what happens in each ceremonies. Okay, next is like roles, like what are the different kind of agile roles you have. Okay, so you have a product owner, you have a scrum master, and you have team. Okay, so coming to product owner. Okay, owner is very important person. Product owner, what he does is like he is the face of the customer. Okay, so what all the interaction happen by means like what all the thing customer wants, it will be happen through product owner only. So the product owner prioritize the backlog. So backlog is nothing but work, whatever the customer they give work to you, it will be assigned in a queue called as backlog. So you have sprint backlog and you have product backlog. Okay, product backlog is for product owner, sprint backlog is for you can say development team. Okay, so in the product backlog, what all the work actually the customer give through product owner, it will be assigned and priority is decided by the product owner, and then it will be given to the development team. Okay, so this development team actually it will pick the work from product backlog to the sprint backlog, and then what they will do is they will actually do their work. Okay, so then in the sprint backlog they will arrange their work. So sprint backlog, which work when they have to do, it will be decided by the team, means development team. Okay, so then once that work is done, then they'll pick the new work. So those kind of things. Okay, so in between, if customer assign new work, again it will be coming to product backlog. Again from product backlog, the priority is set by a product owner. Again the development team pick the work from the product backlog to the sprint backlog, and then they will do the work. So this cycle is repeated until a potentially releasable product is built. Okay, so potentially shippable product means it should be of use to customer. Okay, so let's say example, if I am developing one car. Okay, I should not say developing, but let's say example, you are having one requirement to have one like car. Okay, so so we will put phase by phase, like first you will have tire setup, then you will do upper part, then you will have like the remaining engine part, those kind of things. So then like potentially releasable product is not like you will give only tire to the customer. Okay, so you will give something which is working, something like that. So that is called as potentially shippable product. Okay, So here you actually do some kind of grooming also, like if you want to do some kind of adjustment. Grooming is nothing but some kind of adjustment. So whatever customer is assigning work, they are giving in the form of story. Story means they will tell like, this is the person and this is the requirement we have, and we want to have this requirement done based on this setup and those kind of things. So whenever the customer is assigning some work to you, they will give in the form of story. So from story you will get work in agile. Then from there actually like you actually do some kind of extraction, so that what exactly you need to develop in the form of product or requirement, and then you form some kind of releases, then you have iteration, those kind of stuff. So we'll see all this stuff actually. So these three roles which I told you in the beginning, these are called as Scrum roles. You have here like product owner and Scrum master, and you have development team. Okay. So product owner is the holder of product value. Okay, it determines and prioritize the business value. And you have Scrum master or servant leader. He protects the Scrum process, and if there are any kind of impediments, he will remove it. Okay. In exam, again, very important, you will get lot of question based on the servant leader, like what exactly he will do and those kind of stuff. Like the main job of servant leader is to remove the impediments, means blockers for the team, and facilitating development team to do their task efficiently, this kind of stuff. Okay. Third is development team, like they are multi-skilled members, and they actually here we call as cross functional, means each team member is capable of doing multiple tasks, means like based on the role, like sometimes they will do development and testing, those kind of stuff. Okay. So product owner, so he manages the backlog. Okay, product backlog. Then actually he coordinate with the Scrum master, and then he will do analysis of product vision, and then he will do modulating of team development. Okay. Scrum master, again, Scrum master is nothing but project manager, you can say. In agile he is called as Scrum master actually. So he helps and maintain relationship between product owner and the development team. He understand the team's need and requirement. Development team is again that set of people who are cross functional. They understand the process importance, and they work together effectively to meet the requirement. The four ceremonies which I explain you, like we have Scrum planning, and then you sprint planning, and then you have daily Scrum, and then you have sprint review, and then you have sprint retrospective. So these are called as Scrum ceremonies. Okay. So sprint planning, what you will do, you will get the input of, in the form of product backlog. Then you will do like sprint planning, what needs to be done, and like how needs to be done. Okay. So then you have then you need to make sure like sprint goal is achieved. Actually, that is the main motive, like what is the work is required through customer feedback, and then you need to achieve that sprint goal. Okay. So again, there are various terminologies here, like velocity. Velocity is the speed of the team, like means the speed at which the team is doing the work. Okay. So daily Scrum. So again, the important topic, like ceremonies, which I told you. So it is a 15 minutes short time box meeting, means like it is having 15 minutes. Okay. So to synchronize the activity and create a plan for the next 24 hours. Then you have a sprint review, so where we actually get feedback from the customer, what you have developed and those kind of things. Then sprint retrospective, where we talk about improvements. Okay, so whenever you see this word retrospective, right, so there should be only one word coming to you in the exam: improvement. So when you see the term improvement in the some choices, then you should consider that is the right answer. Okay. So it talks about improvement, like what all the team has developed and what could have been improved, those kind of stuff. So artifacts are nothing but documents. Okay. So what are the documents required, like story, epic, prototype, those kind of stuff. So epic is nothing but like something like you actually extract from the story. So you know, the customers give the work in the form of story. From story we get something called as epic. Okay, then we have from the epic you get release, then you have from release you have like iteration. So it is a step by step process. So in iteration actually developers do their work like in short iterations, like example like we'll give name like iteration 0, iteration 1, 2, 3. Okay, so in sprint like there will be actually this is nothing but for every sprint or iteration both sprint and iteration are same. Okay, so you should consider this one in mind. Okay, so this is actually like 1 to 4 week of work we actually do in each sprint. Okay, so 1 to 4 week of work we do, and then we will go on with next iteration for next work, like for a next sprint backlog. Sprint backlog is nothing but the development team, whatever they organize the work, they will be in the organizing in sprint backlog. Okay, that is that thing you need to keep in mind. Prototyping is nothing but like the working model. So what is the working model you're proposing, that is known as prototype. So bug is nothing but some kind of bug. Whenever you're doing some development you will get some kind of bug and show those kind of things. So that is not that much important for the exam. So that's it from my side. Like I tried to explain in short like how this agile is there and how it works with this various life cycle, and what exactly is the benefit of using agile. Okay, so now if you have any questions you can ask actually.
Yeah, it is full agile concepts only from 2021 onwards, the exam,
Okay, yeah,
or
so
any waterfall methods also coming.
coming to that question. Okay, so like regarding the exam pattern. Okay, so in exam, so what I have observed is like I have given the exam, right? So there will be around 30 to 40% of questions related with agile. Okay, 30 to 40% question will be based on agile. Okay,
Okay.
and 30 to 40% question will be based on hybrid. So hybrid means
Okay.
like what they will tell you is like now we are following predictive model, and customer is planning to change, or like based on your suggestion you are moving to agile. Okay, the company is moving to agile based on your recommendation, means transition is happening from predictive to agile. Okay, so in that situation what the project manager should do, what the customer should do, and how you should react to the situation, how you should make everyone comfortable. Okay, as a servant leader. So these kind of questions will be around 30 to 40%. Okay, so consider like 60 to 70% question will be based on agile and hybrid.
Okay.
So remaining have observed like 20 to 30% question only like will be on waterfall model. Mean those 49 process, those kind of stuff.
So we have to.
And the knowledge areas are there, right? Different knowledge areas, cost management, and you have time management, and you have like not time management. We have risk management, communication management.
HR, human
Okay,
resource management. Yes.
so resource management. So there are 10 knowledge areas, right? So those 10 knowledge
Yes.
areas you will get around 30 to 40% question based on they will shift actually, but 60 to 70% question will be from agile and hybrid, and 30 to 40% question you can consider from predictive model.
Okay. So we have to learn the waterfall method also, all the processes. Also.
Yes, that is the base actually. Like that is also important, and this is also important. But the exam pattern has changed from 2021, so you can expect more questions from agile and hybrid. And good thing is like in waterfall model also, like you're not getting more question from this cost management and schedule management, because I have given exam in 2020 also, so where I got failed actually. So the more questions were there from this kind of topics. So like this kind of topic, they're having questions like one or two only. Okay, so but more questions will be there from resource management, and then you have like a team. Okay, related with team, and then you have communication management, okay, and then you have like risk, right? So more question will be
Mhm.
there on these topics in the exam, in predictive also. So if you are comfortable with some, let's say example, resource, risk, communication, okay, so you should be able to answer maximum question correct. So for
Okay.
this PMP exam, you have to prepare in smart and hard way both. So smart kind of preparation is required, as well as little bit hard also. You cannot rely completely on smart, but you should not be doing heavy preparation in cost. Example, I'm saying, if you do heavy preparation in cost management, like all the formulas and that all, that is no use for you, because
Okay.
there will be only one question in exam for that.
Mhm.
For that, you cannot spend like 5 to 6 days, right? Example, I'm saying. So more
Yes, yes, yes.
focus you have to do on resource, okay, and risk, and then communication, okay. Example, these three topics I have seen. If you prepare more, right, and
Mhm.
rest all topics, you should be like, it's not like you should not come, you should completely ignore also, but you should do smart and hard. Like procurement is also there. Procurement again, like if you start studying, I think even 10-20 days is not enough for procurement. But there you have to do again a smart preparation in when you're doing procurement management, okay. So you have to only study those things which is important for exam, like what kind of topics can be asked in exam, okay. So they will ask more example, I'm saying, they might ask like fixed type of contract, what it is. They'll not ask this kind of question, right? So they will give one scenario, like in this scenario, like what will be suitable and how you will deal, those kind of things. So those all things I will make you comfortable. So based on my experience and preparation, okay. So that actually you should be able to answer maximum things correct. And the thing is, like, both is required, hard work as well as smart work. So you should do
Okay.
50% smart work and 50% hard work. As hard work, what I should say is, it should be dedication. Like example, you are doing it now, 1 month only is there for you. So example, if you are studying only 1 hour daily, so that is not sufficient, right?
Yes, yes.
So you have to study minimum 3 hours, maximum 4 hours.
Okay.
If you study 3 hours minimum and maximum 4 hours, based on what all guidance I am giving to you, inshallah, definitely you will pass. It's not that much tough. But again, like, commitments and dedication is required from your end.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. So good thing is, like, I am not taking in batch. So because he was interested and I wanted to refresh my topic also, and I felt like, yeah, let me help someone in this way. Like usually if somebody asks, I will tell, like, study those things, these things like that. But I am giving my time and effort, right? So I expect something from you. So that's what I decided. Like, see, I will take you like around 10 to 12 classes, I think, for making you comfortable. Okay. So the
Okay.
fees based on like, I should not charge too heavy also, but at the same time I should not take very less also, because otherwise it will be not justice to me. So like I want to keep it $300 actually.
Okay.
Okay, so is it okay with you?
Okay.
So you don't need to buy any simulator and at all. All the questions I will share to you. Okay.
You
So
have mock tests and all?
yeah, everything I will prepare you. So you just need to focus on what I am teaching, and you just need to do the questions which I am giving to you, because now time is also less. So you don't need to buy any simulator and that all, because I already bought those, and like I have given it. So that's why I'm teaching to you actually. So and
Okay.
all the knowledge what all I extracted from various trainers, so I am sharing to you. Okay. So and the preparation and the more things, so like, and you should identify your strong area also. Means like, each one has their own let me stop this one actually recording thing.
Okay.
uh, so recording is going on, right? Then we can discuss in detail. Okay.
Still going like.
Yeah, I'm just stopping that. How we can stop the recording, man? Somewhere or something.
In the top, it will be there. You can stop. View option.
Yeah,
I think from you.
Stop share. Oh no.
Record on this computer stop. That will be there.
Record will be more. Yeah, here. Sorry. Actually, I forgot this. Stop recording. Okay, let me stop the recording here.